Hi everybody, welcome to Jin's Wall Street News. The US Census Bureau announced Tuesday that advanced estimates of US retail and food services sales decreased 0.9% in May from the previous month. According to the Federal Reserve, industrial production fell 0.2% in May, month over month. Atlanta Fed's GDPNow estimates US real GDP growth at 3.5% for the second quarter 2025. 10-year Treasury yield falls to 4.4% as investors are waiting for the press conference after the Federal Open Market Committee meeting on Wednesday. For the US stocks, S&P 500 fell 0.84% and the Nasdaq Composite dropped 0.91% Tuesday. The US Census Bureau announced Tuesday that advanced estimates of US retail and food services sales decreased 0.9% from $722 billion in April to $715.4 billion in May, up 3.3% from $692.6 billion in May last year. However, sales in the control group, excluding auto dealers, building materials suppliers, gas stations, and others, increased 0.4% in May on a monthly basis. According to the Federal Reserve, industrial production fell 0.2% from 103.8 in April to 103.6 in May, up 0.6% from 103 in May last year. The Federal Reserve said, quote, manufacturing output ticked up 0.1% in May, driven by a gain of 4.9% in the index for motor vehicles and parts. The index for manufacturing, excluding motor vehicles and parts, fell 0.3%. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, GDPNow estimates US real GDP growth at 3.5% for the second quarter, down from 3.8% on June 9th, updated based on the retail sales and the industrial production. The US dollar index had decreased below 98 last Thursday after the US Department of Labor reported the continuing jobless claims jumped to the highest since November 2021 and the PPI came in softer than expected. Then it rebounded last Friday as the geopolitical tensions escalated in the Middle East, but it soon went down. The dollar index goes up to 98.72 just before the press conference of the FOMC, as retail sales, excluding auto dealers, building materials suppliers, and gas stations and others, rose 0.4% in May, and the geopolitical tensions are ongoing. 10-year Treasury yield went up after the US retail sales report was released at 8:30 a.m., then it fell again. The yield went down further as the geopolitical tensions in the Middle East escalated while investors are waiting for the press conference at 2:30 p.m. after the FOMC meeting. For the US stocks on Tuesday, S&P 500 fell 0.84% and the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 0.7%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq dropped 0.91%. Okay, this is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.